Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Tuesday, May the 10th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, and Jay Money in the house, as always, on a Tuesday, ready to break down the NBA slate. Two more games tonight in playoff action. Game 5, both series knotted up at 2 games apiece. Huge, pivotal, crucial Game 5s tonight in the association. So we'll get right to it. Of course, Boston, thank you very much. The whole crew like the Celtics in some fashion last night, and they ended up getting the job done, overcoming a ridiculous foul disparity. Jaylen Brown in foul trouble, a rough game for 3 quarters for Tatum, and they overcame all of that. He was great in the fourth. Al Horford, a huge night. They beat Milwaukee, and of course, Golden State survives a tough effort from Memphis, but Golden State survives that, and they take a commanding lead in that series, 3-1 over the Memphis Grizzlies. On to today, we'll start with Miami and Philadelphia. We've got the series tied at 2. We've got Miami 2.5-point home favorites here tonight in game number 5. The total in this one, 209 across the board here in game 5. Of course, there's lots to look at here in tonight's game. There's no question about that. 2 games with Joel Embiid back, playing with the mask now, of course, in the game 3 and 4 in Philly. They end up getting the job done, and they end up winning both of those games to get this series back here to South Beach, tied up at 2. Been a different Philly team. James Harden, especially in the last game. I mean, that's by far the best game he's had in the playoffs. And look, I've shitted on James Harden throughout the playoffs. A lot of people have. They've absolutely been criticizing him and ripping him apart for just soft, invisible performances in the playoffs. But if you're going to be that guy that criticizes him for a bad game, you got to turn around and say, hey, James, you played well. And he did in game 4. You got to give him the credit when he does play well. He did in game 4. It was a terrific effort from him in that game. Now the question becomes, can he keep it going here tonight on the road this time against a Miami team that defensively with Eric Spoelstra leading the crew. They are going to look to make their adjustments here tonight in this game. And the question is going to be, is James Harden going to be able to go for 30 again, on the road like he did at home? I got some questions about whether he's capable of doing that. Bam Adebayo, I don't know what's happening with him the last couple games. Tyler Hero struggled a little bit, especially in game 4. And Kyle Lowry just keeps on with this damn hamstring issue of his. He just cannot shake it. And he's already been ruled out tonight for game 5. So there's definitely some concerns here with Miami. I've got to admit, I think there's been some momentum shifting to Philadelphia here in this series. It's the kind of momentum I don't know if I'm ready to just all of a sudden Miami back home, let's take them to win. I lean to the Heat, but I do have to admit that Philadelphia, they figured a few things out. That perimeter defense for Miami's been shaky, and that's what they've hung their hat on all year. There's just been some concerns. There's been some cracks in the armor, if you will, for the Miami Heat. So the lean for sure is Miami, but for me, this is a very rare playoff backwood. I think it's a tricky game. I think it's a tough game, and it's one where maybe I look in game on Miami. Maybe they get off to a slow start. Philly rides the momentum of game 3 and 4, starts strong. Miami closes better and maybe comes back. So it's more of an in-game type of bet for me here. Lean Miami, but not going to touch it pre-game. Dutch, what do you think here? Game 5, Philly-Miami.
Yeah, man, real quick. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Hey, be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this plane of super soap. Get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Also, retweet the motherfucking video if you could. Star Child, Eric Nisbet, Jay Peasy. I see you. Lucky Power, my guy. I see y'all, man. Big ups. But yeah, man, I ain't no leaning for me, man. I'm on Miami here, man. I fuck with it. You get the 2.5. It's a beautiful thing to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gave James Harden his props, Bobano, and I pat him on the back for showing up, doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Doing what he's getting paid for, them 40+ million. But yeah, he had a good game, man. But now he's in South Beach, and we'll see what the fuck he was doing last night. See if he can continue it. But you know what we do? We fade Philly on the road, and Miami, we back them at the motherfucking house. Philly did what they were supposed to do. They won the 2 games. I seen it coming. That was gonna happen. Miami gonna get them, and then they going back to Philly, and Philly gonna get them in the house. Luckily, this is where home court advantage comes in. And Bam actually had a pretty good game last game. I believe only 7 boards, but did have 21. Looked like he found his game a little bit. So I'm looking for him to do a little more at the house. Obviously, with Kyle Lowry being out, he's kind of being a bum, to be honest with you, anyway. So I don't really think that's too much to really go over. We got Gabe Vincent in there. He's comfortable in the starting lineup. I don't really want him shooting the ball too much. And what I've noticed a lot of Miami, we've seen a lot of Oladipo, a lot of Gabe Vincent, a lot of threes by these guys. Not really what I want shooting the ball. I want Strus, Hero, and yes, I do want Duncan Robinson to get a little bit of time and shoot some motherfucking threes. And this could be his play, right? Everyone talking about it. And then, of course, Lowry not being in. Give him some minutes. Oladipo, you're not a three-point shooter, bro. So stop chucking the fucking three-pointer. There's a reason why you're wide the fuck open. I got love for him. I'm glad he's back doing his thing. But attack the hole, man. Get to the free throw line. Just because you wide the fuck open don't mean you need to keep chucking them threes. Jimmy's fallen in love with the three-point line a little bit too, but I'm not mad at what he's been doing. I mean, the guy's been fucking outrageous, averaging 25 points per game in the series. So anything with Jimmy's name on it, I'm not mad at it. He's been playing fucking ball. But yeah, man, I expect a big performance from the role players. I mentioned them, Struss, Robinson. I expect Hero to get out. Back at the house, man. This is what's going to happen. They're going to put it on these boys, and it's what they've done. They're 4-1 ATS at the house in the postseason this year, Miami. Average win 13 points per game. The one time they didn't cover was against Atlanta when they set Butler late with that bullshit knee shit. 7-1 ATS last 8 as a favorite. And the Sixers are a fade on the road, like I mentioned, especially against upper echelon teams. 1-6-1 ATS. Excuse me, they're 1-6-1 ATS last 8 in South Beach. So they don't travel well to Miami anyways in the last 8 meetings. But they are 0-5-1 ATS last 6 on the road versus their winning team at the house of 60% or better, which we obviously have in the Miami Heat. They're going to do what they've done all season, and that's handle the fucking business at the house. Jimmy Butler and the boys get this done. Late at 2.5, late at 3. That's good money. How you feeling, Jay?
Yeah, I can't talk you off that, man. You see, I had to switch the background real quick, man. We went to the streets of Miami real quick. You dig what I'm saying? Go hit the beach or something. But so what I did was I took the Heat here first quarter because they obviously, like Dutch said, they play a lot better at the house. Jimmy Butler talked about in the post-game interview, we need to get back to playing our championship style defense. Whenever they start missing shots, then they're not playing as much defense. So I expect them to clamp down here early. I know the Philly's a good team. Like Embiid, he's really the MVP of the league. He should come out pissed and all this, but Bam Adebayo can still be a pest and still, you know what I'm saying? No one can guard him one-on-one, but collectively, this Heat team is one of the best defensive teams in the league, man. Throw Tucker over there and bang his ass up, man. And they're going to need Dedmon as well off the bench because they don't have a backup center off the bench, you know what I'm saying? So Dedmon didn't play in game 4. He's one of those where it seemed like he doesn't matter to the point spread, but he actually does matter in the game, especially to defeating their best player whenever Bam Adebayo, you know what I'm saying, gets in foul trouble or whatever happens. He tired or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I took Heat official, you know what I'm saying, that first quarter minus the 1. But I do like them full game as well, man. I want to put some on the money line. I got to put some on the Heat because I know that the Sixers, it's two sides of it. And I'm going to pass to you, Wham. It's two sides. The Sixers could come in here with momentum. They've won the last 2, but these are those type of Jekyll and Hyde teams where the Sixers can play better at the house and the Heat play better at the house. So I got to ride with the home team here. And I believe the Heat are the better team between these two in this series. I think they're going to win the series. So I gotta put a little something on it. He's nothing heavy for me, but I gotta put some on the Heat. I'm in the streets of Miami, Wham. But what are we doing here?
Hey, I'm kind of in the streets of Miami. I believe that Philly probably gonna win this game. No, I'm not gonna hold y'all, but I'm not gonna put no money on it because, to be honest with y'all, I don't trust Doc, bro. Talked to about Jimmy on the show earlier. And I don't trust
Doc. It always does.
Exactly. It always comes back to him. And at the end of the day, I believe Embiid is the difference maker, though. Obviously, their offensive rating goes up. Their defensive rating goes up as well when he's on the floor. And you could tell that when they try to collapse Embiid, he's getting guys wide open looks. And those guys are making those shots, man. So since they continue to make those shots, I think that they can do that. But I'm going to focus in on what Miami showed me last game. And I believe there's only 2 people on their team that could get to the hole and get fouls. Jimmy Butler and the other guys me and Babano talked about last game is Victor Oladipo. He got to the foul line last game. I think he does the same thing in this game. He gets over the 12.5 points, which is at plus 125 at Bookmaker. I did lock that in. I'm taking that, man. I'm going back to the well with Victor Oladipo. I think that's a good spot. I'm not going to lie, though. I'm probably I'm the only person that believes 76ers can win, but I'm not going to bet it, though, put no money on it just because Doc on the other side. So, Victor Oladipo, let's get to the 13 points, man, in cash.
Yeah, I will give you a couple. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did want to say real quick to follow up what I mentioned on. The threes, man. They shot They shot 21% in the 2 games in Philly, Miami from the 3-point line. Yeah, the last 2 games. That's not gonna happen. They shot in game 2. They shot 48% from the 3-point line. Ain't nothing like home sweet home, and them motherfuckers will be stroking and will be shooting a lot better than 21% from deep. Believe that.
I agree with that, and I'm targeting Tyler Hero for Miami. 11 points, was not very efficient at all in game 4 in Philadelphia. What's his prop? I think it's like 17.5, I believe. Yeah, I think he gets to 18. And look, Butler had 40 the last game. You know, he's someone that's looking for their shot a lot more now. But I think the Heroes are the value there, 17.5. I like what Wham said about Oladipo. I mean, that 7.5 was so cheap in game 4. Took advantage of that. For Philly, I like Maxey a little bit over 19.5 because, look, they're going to clamp down on Harden tonight, especially at home. I'd actually take under 20.5 with Harden. Like, I'm not buying him having a big night here. I know he had his big time. Whoa, James Harden of old. James Harden in his prime came back in game 4. Bullshit. You know, let's see it again tonight. You know, I doubt we're going to see that anywhere close to that same James Harden tonight against this Heat defense on the road. They'll clamp down on him. So Harden under, Hero over, Maxey over. Those are probably points props. That's what I'm looking at here for the props tonight for this Sixers and Heat game. All right, we go to the West now. West semifinal, game 5. How about those Dallas Mavericks? The heart and the guts of Luka the Don. Don't ever underestimate that. And here they are now. They've tied it up with the Phoenix Suns at 2 games apiece. We've got ourselves a best of 3. We've got the presumptive favorites to win the West and be in the NBA Finals for a second straight year. Sweating a little bit right now. Phoenix, 6.5 point home favorites here in game 5, 215 the total in this game. I like the over. It's already gone up. I think you're going to see. I think the over is a good bet here. I do. I think when you look at this game, if you had the over in game 4, that was a brutal beat. That game was way on pace to go over the total, and it just died. The scoring, the pace in the second half in Dallas on Sunday. They had way over 100 and I think 20 points in the first half. It ended 212 and stayed under the total. I think back in Phoenix now, and look at the way the series has gone. The 2 games in Phoenix went over the total. 2 games in Dallas stayed under the total. I think we keep that pattern going here tonight in this one. I think the over's worth a look. It's already gone up from 213 to 215. I agree with that move. I'm already on it over the total. As far as the side goes, it's much more difficult for me. I mean, Chris Paul didn't look right the last 2 games, got in foul trouble in one, struggled from the floor in the other. He's got to get going, but you think he's going to have a better chance to do that, and certainly going to be very angry and very fired up to do that here tonight in game 5. I think Phoenix is going to win. Like, I don't see them losing this game tonight in a 2-2 series. Back home, they've won the 2 home games in this series so far, but I don't know if I want to lay 6.5 against the freaking guts of this Dallas team because we've seen it now 2 games in a row. This Dallas team, they believe they've got a shot here, and they're not going to be an easy pushover. Now they need to defend better in Phoenix. That was their issue in game 1 and game 2. Phoenix shot the lights out. Dallas has that kind of defense again here tonight. They're in trouble. Can they defend better in Phoenix like they did in Dallas? That's the question because they got shredded offensively by the Suns in game 1 and in game 2. So, like I say, this is a tough game from a side perspective. I think Phoenix is going to win. I'm not rushing to bet against them in this kind of spot or Chris Paul to play a lot better, which I think he will. But I got a soft spot for Luka and Dallas. I'll just put it very crystal clear like that. I don't know if I want to lay 6.5 against them. Maybe a first quarter or first half would be preferred for the Suns if you're going to get involved in this game. That might be the better option. So, but I do like the over 215 in this one. Dutch, let's go to you. What do you think here? Big game 5, Dallas, Phoenix.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Sam Comer. I see you, my dude JB Brown, Alex, I see you, my guy, Mr. H Town. I see you, LJ. Yeah, man, I like the Suns here. I really do. I think they're gonna put it on the Mavs. You know, Luka the Don's my fucking guy. But yeah, this is what it is, man. The Suns are gonna beat their ass tonight. They really are. I just see it. I wouldn't. People say trifecta. My man James asked me what first quarter look. I like that first quarter look by my man Jay Money with the Heat, and I wouldn't be mad at the Suns tonight. But I like the better teams for full game, to be honest with you, in both of them. And that's what I got here. I like the Suns -6. I think they're going to put it on the Mavs. I don't think the role players are going to play as good as they did. I don't think Finney Smith is going to do like he did in the previous game. I think they'll make the adjustments, and I think they're going to be too big for him tonight. And we'll see a little bit of what we've seen in game 1 and game 2. Don't be shy. Luka does his thing and they keep it in, but for 48 minutes, the Suns will be up by double digits by the end of it. I believe that. Now it's going to come back to rebound again. They're plus 16. They were plus 16 in games 3 and 4. So they've still been out rebounding these boys. They got to guard that perimeter, obviously, a lot better. But I do believe it's turnovers, man. They had 34 turnovers in games 3 and 4. That's unacceptable when you got the point guard, right? What the fuck? CP3, come on, my man. You averaged 23 points per game in Phoenix, game 1 and 2. You had 17 total, my dude, in games 3 and 4 in Dallas. I guess you don't like Texas too much. You had 11 assists, 9 turnovers in those 3 and 4 games. Back at the house, 13 assists, 4 turnovers. Was kind of in cruise control game 1 and 2. Did whatever he wanted offensively. I look for them to make the right adjustments. Look for a lot of the role players to play a lot better back at the house as well. I think Cam Johnson will have a game. I think Bridges is due for a big game, obviously, as well. I think if you want to bet a prop, I think threes there. He had 18. He had 31 and 18 the last 2 against the Pelicanos. Kind of been right around 10, 12 these first 4 games against the Mavericks. I wouldn't be surprised if my man catches fire from the corner tonight. Crowder's been playing out of his mind, but I like Bridges, and I like the whole team as Phoenix as a whole tonight. -6 is good money. Wham Bam, where you at, my man?
Yeah, bro. Suns haven't lost 3 straight games all year, bro. Role players play better at home. You've seen DFS did the same thing. Jalen did the same thing in the last couple games.
Yep.
Luka hero ball was in Phoenix last time. Are we gonna see Luka hero ball in this game? That's what I want to know, bro. Because if he's doing that, then obviously it's going to be favored for the Suns. They're going to be able to do that. Maybe that's the reason why I remember you mentioned that they were smirking, because they know that might be coming. Luka hero ball coming up there. But at the same time, I want to key in on one specific thing, and it's because the Suns, they play pretty well at the house. They're averaging 122 points per game. In this series, they're averaging 111 points per game for like the whole series there. I believe that they're going to probably play to the point that that they're going to continue to give up points as far as Dallas on the road. I think they're giving up 113 points in the, I believe, 5 games or 8 games that they played so far. I'm looking at all those things and I'm thinking Dallas might be trying to sneak it in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could kind of still see Dallas sneaking this shit in and fucking around and winning this game, bro. But I ain't going to say that they will, because it's all about DeAndre Ayton to me. I think somebody said it earlier, like, he's one of the somebody said earlier in the year that it's one of those players that moves a team to the next needle, and if he doesn't do something he doesn't. That's kind of my way of thinking in this game. If he's going to be like a force, they're going to win the game. If he's not a force, they're not going to win. I think he has the mismatch all the time when he's on the fucking floor, but just fucking not there, or he just doesn't know to get the ball in those circumstances, especially when you got a guy like CP struggling and shit. Like, somebody needs to step up other than Book. I believe that life is good, or somebody said in the chat that Booker is going to eat tonight. I think Devin Booker does eat, goes over to 27.5 points. I'm just going to key in on the Suns here. I'm going to take the 110.5 points team total for the Suns. I just think that they're going to be able to get over 111. They're averaging that in at the series and at the house, averaging 122 points. So, give me the Suns over team total over. I think that's the best bet.
Yeah, that might be something I add on as well. The Suns team total, because I just always prefer those than laying the points, because you never know. You could deal with something like game 2, and that's the thing with Luka's props. People think, "Whoa, I don't like Dallas tonight. I think they're going to lose. They might get blown out. Don't we have to take Luka points under?" Well, be careful with that. Look what he did in game 2 in Phoenix. Like, he's shooting threes with 2 minutes to go with his team down like 12 points, 10 points, and they cut the lead down even further. That's the danger of doing that. Like, this guy's just firing away, with his team down 10, 12 points in the last couple minutes. You worry about that a little bit. So that's why the Luka prop is a little tricky tonight, even if you do like
if you like
Phoenix.
betting Luka under prop on the points, man, you just like stressing yourself the fuck out.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I'm being real, man.
Nah,
I agree with that.
It wouldn't be a good bet. You see what I'm saying? Any night, my guy could go off for 40, 50 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a tough game for me because it's another
you
one
already
where
know.
obviously it was 2-0, and then everybody thought it was a sweep. Now the Mavs came back and won the last 2 games. You see what I'm saying? We know the Suns are the championship favorite, but I always worry about Chris Paul, man, and obviously we got to worry about him more than ever now because he's older than ever. Obviously, it's like they always find some type of way to choke in the playoffs, and the Mavs are those guys. So tonight will tell me a lot. Obviously, it's a pivotal type game. I'm a realist. Obviously, I'm a big Mavs fan, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns come out here and smack them up. That's why I'm not betting the game. But it also wouldn't surprise me if the Mavs have figured something out. They kind of had to figure out. Obviously, they were at the house, but those 2 games were kind of not close. You see what I'm saying? Then they kind of figured out how to defend Booker. Paul is disgruntled now, whatever, got all this other shit going on. And I don't know, man. It's a tough one, but I can't lay the points with the Phoenix Suns here, guys. So it's not even that I'm a huge Mavs fans. They really are shown that these guys dig deep. They play together. Brunson's probably going to another team next year, so they're really trying to leave it all out there on the floor and give it their all and try to literally go as far as they can, man. And last thing I'll say, if Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Kleba are hitting their threes, watch out because that's not even Dinwiddie, Brunson, or Luka. You see what I'm saying? So if they get to hit their threes, they're live to win this game. If they're missing, they'll lose by 20 points. So it's pretty much that simple. They're making their three. The defense will be there, my guys. So I don't even have a lean on the game, but it's a tough one for me, I must say, guys. But the Mavs, every time people disrespect them, they show out, man.
Yep, man. That's kind of what I thought they'd win. Like I love Dallas.
No disrespect, man. They're gonna take it back.
No, I'm not talking about to you, Dutch. No, I'm not saying you, Dutch. I'm just saying, obviously, just in general, NBA. After the first 2 games, everybody literally count them out. You see what I'm saying? They won the game 3 in emphatic fashion. Then game 4 as well. Like people didn't even think they could tie it up. You see what I'm saying? So it's a whole new series now, and you always worry about when the team has momentum in the playoffs. It's all about who's playing better at this particular time. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if one of these teams, the road teams, win outright tonight. So hopefully it's not Philly. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, this is a good night from a prop standpoint, in my opinion, to look. Hopefully, Cam Johnson 9 points. I mean, we can get 9 points, can't we? Out of Cameron Johnson. I mean, it's 8.5. It kind of feels like there's some value there. Bridges, I think, is going to step up. Like the Suns' supporting cast around CP3 and Booker. I think it's probably one of those games where you can look in their direction and maybe cash a couple of these guys, like a Cam Johnson or a Mikal Bridges. Something like that. Just like Dallas, we saw DFS and even Bertans, for Christ's sake, stepping up and scoring points in the 2 games in Dallas. So that's what you usually get here. See, Dennis Garcia says, I'm convinced Dallas is the better team. Analytically, through 4 games, they have the better numbers. I get it that they look bad in Phoenix, but got to roll with the numbers at this price. Dallas plus 220. Wow. I like the gutsy call.
Yeah. I like my guy Dennis, but they got the best player. They're not the best team.
There's no question.
Like my guy.
There's no question, bro. There's no question. Look, I believe that.
And Wham, real quick, he said, my guy JB in the chat say J too emotional about the Mavs, bro. These guys, if you know, we like Ian said. I'm talking about game 2 to game 6 versus Utah. We on them every single game, cashing heavy, man. So that's the last thing I'll say.
Big time.
Yeah. Oh, they've been good point spread team.
Mentality, they ready to go.
Yeah, no, it is, and they're back in the series. And I didn't think they were going to win Game 4 necessarily. I really did think they were going to win Game 3. I like Dallas in Game 3, but I wasn't sure they were going to win Game 4 at home either. I thought Phoenix might, go up 3-1. Didn't happen. So Dallas is coming here with some confidence and belief. So Phoenix has to be ready tonight. Simple as that. Great stuff with Dutch. All right, I'll mark it down. They'll be ready, says Dutch here. Monty Williams is a good coach too. If there's coaches you trust to have the team ready, it's him. Great stuff with Dutch, with Wham, and of course, Jay Money, always with us on Tuesdays. Hit that like button. Let's go. 210 live viewers. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. Of course, we're here 7 days a week, or every day there's games. We're here on the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. We'll get to best bets coming up, Dutch's freshest look as well after this. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101, Manscaped, promo code PubSports. 20% off your purchase. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product at 20% off with promo code PubSports. And mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. NBA playoffs, NHL, Stanley Cup playoffs, MLB, UFC, USFL, and a lot more. Make sure you sign up for an account. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, best bets, Dutch's freshest look here as well on this Tuesday edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Jay Money, let's start with you. What do you like here for best bet?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Heat in the first quarter, my guys. I believe I'm putting some on a full game as well, but I like the Heat. I think this is gonna be a Heat type of game. They gotta, as long as they come out there and play that sticky type of defense, like I know they can, they'll be in good shape. I know Lowry's out, but he's been playing injured, so it's actually addition by subtraction, my guys. So I appreciate them for driving the line down. And with Embiid's technically still questionable, when he gets ruled in, it should go down even more. So I appreciate you guys. We're gonna burn their ass up with the Heat tonight.
There you go. That's Miami laying the point, -1 first quarter against Philadelphia for J Money with best bet. Wham, best bet.
Best bet for me is the guy that had 15 points in the last game is going to be Victor Oladipo. Last game he had in Miami, he had 19 points. And that was without Kyle Lowry. So let's get it again without Kyle Lowry today. My boy goes over to 12.5 points at +125. Victor Oladipo. Let's get it, man.
And, of course, Oladipo at home, too, tonight. So should have even better opportunity to produce. Over 12.5, Victor Oladipo. Miami Heat, best bet for Wham. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man, I dig it. Hey, the first thing, we're going to stay right there, right near the beach, man. Hey, there's no place like home, especially South Beach, man. Hey, the Sixers, they can't handle the motherfucking Heat, bro. Come on now. That's good money. Full game, -2.5. Believe it.
There it is. Miami Heat -2.5 against the Philadelphia 76ers. Freshest look for Dutch. Best bet, not one of my two biggest bets of the NBA playoffs tonight for me, unlike last night with Boston, which was a beautiful thing, as Dutch would say, with the Celtics. But I will go with the over in the second game. We're going to go with Dallas and Phoenix, over 215. I like that team total a little bit with the Suns as well, over 111. But I'm going to go with the full game over here. 214.5 is out there at a couple places. So over 214.5 with Dallas, Phoenix, Game 5 tonight. That is going to be my best bet for this Tuesday NBA slate. And that's a wrap on the Pub Hub. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Hit that like button on the way out. We appreciate it. For Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, J Money, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we will talk to you again tomorrow on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. You know the time. You know the show. It's the NBA Pub Hub Playoff Edition right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man, you know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Yo, salute to the real ones. Hey, and support our boy J Money with them t-shirts, man. It's us against the motherfucking bookies, giving you good content.
Damn right.
You already know what it is, man. Yo, stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.